The game is Ticket to Ride, and it's time to bust a myth. Usually I just bust one myth in these things, but I could bust about 4 or 5 of them for Ticket to Ride because there's all kinds of confusion around how you're able to lay your trains down. So in this game, you've got a big map of the United States or Europe, depending on the version that you're playing. There's different maps, different locations, and you are trying to visit the most locations. Nobody really knows that that's the story, but if you read the story at the beginning, you're just trying to make as many connections as possible because you're a big sightseer and you're competing to be the most well-traveled. So you've got tickets that say you got to connect this city to this city. So that's where the confusion lies, because I think that people think, oh, if I got to connect these 2 cities, I have to start at one city and build my routes one at a time all the way to the other city, or start at this end and build from that end to the other. No. If you want to, you can plunk a route right in the middle of those 2 cities if you want. You can claim a route at the top of the map that has nothing to do with any of the cities on your tickets. That's okay. So the idea that you have to go from one to the other is a complete myth. Here's another one. Some people think that they can sort of like claim a route. If it's like a 3-train route, they can plunk 1 train down, and that kind of like holds their spot. It reserves them for them, and then they can fill in the rest of the trains later. It's not the case at all. You got to smack down cards that represent the entire route from point to point and smack it all down in one go. Here's another one. There are even some players who think that you're not allowed to lay down any trains unless you can cover the entire route from one city to another on your ticket. So they just wait and they save up, like there's no hand limit, so you can, build up 30 cards and then they go whoop wham and they build the entire route. That's not necessary. You can build a piece in time. You can build anywhere you want. You can build in the middle of the route if you want. You can build at the end or the other end. You have complete freedom to do that. You can even build, like I said, routes that aren't on your tickets. No problem. So if you're playing Ticket to Ride all wrong, you're like, oh my gosh, that's why it wasn't any fun. Well, you can thankfully go back and revisit it and maybe play correctly, and it'll be a more enjoyable game for you. Let me know if there's a game that you've been playing all wrong in the comments, and maybe we can feature it in one of these segments.